Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing, one, two, three. Of the two people who are currently in this room, can you hear me right now? Of the two. Okay. Um. Okay, wait. I need to figure out how to make it so I can view the chat on my main. No, that's not working. Okay, give me like half a second. And by half a second, I mean like more than half a second. How do I figure this out? I'm trying to get the chat to show up on my main monitor because right now it's only showing up on my stream view, but okay, this might be doomed. I suspect the chat won't be very active regardless. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm probably just gonna get started now. Obviously there's like only two people here, which is sort of but I mean I didn't really expect anyone to show up at all. There was only like what 30 people maybe who on the poll said that they were going to or they were interested in showing up, and then uh usually you expect much less than the numbers show. So I am frankly surprised that even two people show up, so I appreciate that. All right. Yeah, so I'm just gonna be making music today. I don't have a face cam, as you can see from my little PNG there in the bottom right. I am not I haven't gone full VTuber. It doesn't make sense to shell out that much money when we're only getting two viewers. Yeah, and I had these two. I didn't even get a version of the avatar with like the mouth open. I just had one, so I just made it like left and right, which is yeah, depressing. All right, give me one moment. I need to take something. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, as you can see, this is a pretty scuffed setup. I don't have like an overlay or anything. It's literally just my DAW FL Studio. It's not even like full resolution. I don't know why that's the case. There's like a small black bar on the top and bottom. It's yeah. All right. Anyways, we're just gonna get right into it. There's no sense in waiting for anyone else, but I don't think anyone else is gonna show up. But yeah, this will be archived anyway. So if anyone is watching this from the archive, hello from the past. Anyways, I'm making something original today, which might be disappointing because I know most people just watch my covers. So making something original might not be too exciting, but I wanted this to be archived, and I'm not sure how like copyright works with all of that. I don't think I would get copyrighted, but I don't want to take any chances, you know, because I haven't done this before, so I might have to do a bit more research before I'm okay with doing that. But yeah, anyways. So we're just gonna get started making something original. I sort of labbed out, demoed out, whatever the hell you want to call it, some stuff beforehand because obviously I didn't want to go into this completely dry. Really quickly for Mr. So Magist, considering you did chat just now. Oh wait, give me a moment. Are you able to hear that? Are you able to hear? You should be able to, but I just want to make sure that you can actually hear my local keyboard sound. Yes, you could hear that. Okay, great. And then just one more test. Are you able to hear the metronome there? And are they both like, is everything okay volume wise? I tested all of this stuff beforehand, but you know, the best way to really confirm something is to get an outside opinion, so I just want to make sure. No, Okay, it sounds fine. Okay. All right. In that case, we are just gonna get started then. So yeah, I sort of labs out like a melody beforehand. I this isn't gonna be like the very first thing, but it's just gonna be like the main melody that plays throughout the piece. Um, Also my like not even my stream setup, just my actual like physical setup is super scuffed. My keyboard isn't in front of my monitor, it's like to the left. So when I play on it, I have to like move and I move away from the mic. So my mic quality is gonna go down whenever I play stuff on my keyboard, so I apologize. How it went? Something like that. So super simple. That's like what, I don't know, 8 bars, maybe 16, depending on what BPM you want to record it at. But that's generally how I start off making any original piece. Is I just take one idea and then I try to build on or build off from that. So, I mean, just having one idea already tells you like what key you want the piece to be in, what BPM, what time signature, that sort of thing. So let me really quickly get the time signature for this going. So it's oh wait, I am. That's awkward. There we go. So it looks like it's around a 200. Let me move this down and then let me. Just for reference, on my FL Studio over here, my metronome is mapped to channel 1. So, me moving this down is just me trying to make the what is it? The metronome softer. Just for reference. Okay. Let me just make sure that this is the correct tempo. Oh wait, this isn't 3/4/2, isn't it? Yeah, it's in 3/4. That can be a little louder. Fuck, how did it go? I don't even have this written down. I'm playing this off the top of my head, and I wrote this like, I don't know, 10 minutes beforehand. So again, I apologize. I think it's around the right tempo though. Anyways, so how do we want to start this? This seems like it's a pretty low-key sort of deal. That's just the impression I get from. Hello. Logan Feast music. Hello. Yeah, anyways, as I was saying, it seems like a pretty low-key deal just based off that melody. Something like that. So I'm thinking to start off, I don't really want to have too much going on. I do want it to be pretty low-key. And I'm thinking this feels sort of electronic. For reference, recently I was playing this game called Crystar. Very low budget game. Very low budget game. But I really like the soundtrack. And it has a very like electronic feel to it. I believe it was made by someone called Sakuzio. I believe that's how it's pronounced. But yeah, I'm feeling sort of inspired by that. So I want to include like a pretty decent amount of electronic stuff. But yeah. So let me pull out Opus Player. So this is a pretty big selection of sample libraries here. If you like want to get into writing music, and you haven't worked with anything yet, and you're looking for a starter sample library to start off with, I would definitely recommend the East-West Composer Cloud, which is what you're seeing over here. Well, it's not all of them. This is everything that I have installed. But I think it's like 300 per year, which is sort of expensive, but turns out writing music is actually pretty expensive. You just have to deal with it. But yeah, Composer Cloud, it gives you access to like a pretty massive selection of libraries. This is only like what 30% of them. I only haven't downloaded everything because of space, because these are all pretty big space-wise as well. Like this is, I don't know, 50 megabytes maybe, or 50 gigabytes. But yeah, definitely if you were only looking for like one sample library to get started off with, I would definitely choose Composer Cloud, just because it gives you so much to work with. But yeah, anyways, Forbidden Planet, this is usually my go-to electronics. Maybe. Actually, maybe not. I'm just trying to get like some bass going on at first. Yeah, it really is. It's definitely pretty underrated, especially because, or I feel like a lot of people underrate it because it uses the Opus or Play Player and not Kontakt, and a lot of people like look at Kontakt as like the go-to. But the thing with Kontakt libraries is that you're always buying like single libraries, and that can get expensive really fast. So if you're looking for like as much bang for your buck as possible, definitely go with Composer Cloud. But anyways, I need to get something on to the piano roll because it's been a while now. So let me just choose some random color. I usually, just as far as like organization, I don't have a name for this yet, so it doesn't have a name, and I'm just gonna choose a random color. And I'm thinking I actually want like strings, like low strings, but like electronic strings. So as far as electronic strings, I usually go with, where is it? Orchestra? Synth pads. Synth strings, these over here. Let me see how this sounds, and then let me put that on an actual channel. Oh, let me turn off my local keyboard. I sort of like how that sounds. Yeah, I might just start off with that. Like those exact notes too. Okay, let me put that in. What is that? So that's a B flat, G flat, and then octave on E. Turn that metronome off. And I think that's 4 bars. Whoops. I'll have to play it over here. There we go. And then the next part was these go down to B. And then I just need to drag this back down. Let me bring that back to E flat, something like that. And then I think for this last one, I want it to go up as well, just to sort of differentiate it. So let's do that. And I think this is actually a little fast right now. I'm gonna bring this down to like 190. I might bring it back up later once I actually have more parts. But this just feels like it needs to breathe a little bit more. So, and I'm gonna make it a bit softer too by bringing down the velocity. That's still sort of really loud. There we go. I like that more. Maybe it's still a bit too fast. I might be insane. Yeah, I like 185 more, I'm gonna be honest. It just has a lot more time to breathe. Especially because these synth strings, they like naturally swell. Like you can sort of hear it where they go up and down on their own. Like normally with like actual physical instrument samples, you have to like put in volume automation in the channel in order to sort of make a swell. But with these, they sort of do it naturally. So I don't need to put that in myself. Yeah, I think that's fine just to start off with. I might add some more in the future because this could be a little bit boring for an intro. But for now, I sort of like how this sounds. All right, so moving on. Again, this is going to be pretty low key. I want to have this sort of like ongoing thing. I don't make any sense right now. I don't make any sense right now. Let's get some stuff down and then see if that makes any sense when I actually write some stuff. Like, once this finishes, I want to have another part that comes in and just plays an ongoing, like, repeated part over and over on top of this. Or, like, multiple parts doing that. If that makes sense. I don't want there to be a main melody yet, is what I'm trying to say. Like, we'll have something playing over here. So, let me bring back... Or actually, just to make things simpler so I don't have to keep turning on and off my keyboard, I'm just gonna put in a quick piano sample. That's my go-to piano sample. I'll put that over here. I also need to make sure that I'm organizing this. I'm usually really bad with organization, but just because there's people watching right now, let's call this synth strings. Give it some random color, and I'll put this on channel. What? And that's on channel 2. Okay, so for the piano. I don't know, maybe something like that? Let me... I sort of want it to be a bit more active. Like, I don't want it to be too slow. I think that's it. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Okay. Let's try writing that in. I don't think I want it to be on the piano. Just because I think the piano is going to be really suited to playing the melody for this piece. So I want to keep it off playing any extraneous parts because I want to save it for the melody later on. So let me try bringing in like a string, some strings. For reference, these are all of my sample libraries. I don't use all of them. For example, like this one over here, and this one over here. Those ones were all free with just downloading Kontakt, which is this plugin that lets you play all of this. And then most of these I got on sale, for reference. But I don't even use all of them. A lot of these were like really bad deals for me because I don't like the sounds for some of them. But cinematic strings is one that I use quite often. I really like the sound of this one. Yes, this is an original. I'm just making this right now. I was debating doing a cover, but I don't know how copyright works with that because I want this to be archived afterwards. So yeah, right now I'm just writing this off the top of my head. So let's go Marcato, I think, for that sound. Yeah, I like that. For I guess channel 4 is just going to be our strings. For high strings, what I like to do... Actually, I forgot to do this before. On the main channel, before I make anything, what I'll tend to do is put Sound Goodizer on it. This is a plugin that basically just maximizes the volume in an efficient way without like making it go into the red. In the red is like when it's super crunchy and stuff. So I just put that on because I think the base volume of FL Studio is a bit low. Met Arc 4. I'll look into that. Honestly, I really didn't like Metropolis Arc 1, so I haven't looked into the other ones because I've sort of been like turned off, but yeah, I'll definitely look into that. What was I doing? Right, I wanted to put some Sound Goodizer on this as well. For high strings, I generally just put a small amount. Well, not a small amount, a pretty heavy amount. And then I'll put some reverb on this as well. I wish I could use Sound Goodizer on Cubase. Is Cubase like your DAW, or is that I've never actually heard of what that is. Yeah, it really is. It's pretty meh, especially for how expensive it was. I think at its base it was like 300. I forget. I mean, I got it on sale, but it was still, I rarely use it, so it was like it was an absolute waste of money. But let me write this in. I wanted to lead in with that. And this should be higher velocity. Yeah, that's what it is. And then it goes to an A flat over there. And then I think it just repeats this over and over again. So let's see how that sounds. Really? You switch from FL to Cubase, and all those people use it? That's pretty interesting. I will definitely look into that then. Yeah, because I definitely know all of those people. Yeah, I'll look into that. Cubase, huh? All right. I think this is I can maybe afford to make this a bit softer. And then I can probably bring all of these over as well. I'm not going to bring that higher end, though. I lied. I don't like it. I lied. That was a fucking lie. I'm a capper. I apologize. It feels empty right now, but we'll have more stuff later on. I also feel like I want to add another, like, lower voice beneath this. Like, sort of playing the same part as the string. So let me what was I thinking of? String machine. This is a pretty decent like electronic string thing. I don't know, I'll choose some random one, see how this sounds. Put that on 2 because this is what my electronics are on right now. So let me copy and paste this onto this, and then let me make it a bit softer because electronics I generally want to be softer than like physical instruments. I lied. I lied. All right, yeah, see you, Logan. Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate that a lot. Thanks for chatting too. I definitely appreciate that. But let's see. I don't like how any of these sound. So let me bring up something else. I don't know. Maybe Forbidden Planet. I don't like this particular library for like lower bass, but for like melodies or accompaniments, it tends to work a lot more. Let me try using this. Where is it? Arpeggiator. Shit, I forget where it is. There's a certain one that I've used before that I like the sound of, so I might just reuse that one. But I need to find it first. I don't remember where it is. Holy Synth. Here it is, Crimson King. And that is definitely not a JoJo reference. You have to swap the words around. Just have to swap the order around, and then it becomes a JoJo reference. Crimson King. Okay, that's way too fucking loud. For some samples, just changing the velocity doesn't actually do anything to alter it, so I'm just changing the channel volume instead for this one. Okay, I think that's better. You can't hear it too much, but it's like it's there, and it definitely gives a bit more power to this. Maybe a bit softer. Yeah, okay. Now let's get something on the lower end as well. Some like contrasting part. So let me try improvising something. That's really soft, I can't hear it. Let me just make a new sample, or yeah, a new sample really quickly. And that's gonna go back to its original. There we go. By the way, for reference, what you're seeing me doing right now is I'm putting all of my samples onto one channel over here, or one pattern over here. To my knowledge, this isn't like common practice. I'm not sure, but to my knowledge, you generally have like, you know, divide your different sections, like your strings, your synths, your percussion, all of that into separate patterns, or you make like individual patterns and like reuse them. For me personally, I just find it convenient to put everything into one pattern because I can see all the other notes. So if I'm writing certain parts that are like counter melodies to other melodies, I can sort of see those notes. And I can just really quickly go into other parts by like right-clicking the gray notes. But I'm not sure what best practice is. I'm like completely self-taught and I haven't like seen other people make stuff, so yeah. Just for reference, if this seems weird to you, that's just why. Anyways, what was I doing? Right, I was trying to make a bass part. God damn it. I think it's probably going to be something pretty simple like that, but I don't want it to be electronic. That's a bit too overpowering. I find low electronics, generally, you either can't hear them or they're too loud. There's no in between. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get like an actual bass. Electronic bass. These ones over here are like my go-to, like the upright bass over here. I think that will probably be good. Let's write that in. Maybe I'll just record this. Yeah, I'll try recording this. Wait, shit. That's not what it was. That's what it was. So let's see that. For reference, when I press the record button, anything I play onto my actual keyboard during the playback will actually record onto the piano roll. That's what I was doing there. If you haven't worked with DAW before, just for reference. I want these all to be stretched out to be their full length, though. You know what? I'm just gonna copy and paste. Seems easier. Let's do that. Let's do that. Just drag everything out to be its full length. Make sure everything's correct. Yeah, and then let me normalize all of this volume. Should it be lower? Can't even hear that. That's not even in the range. Maybe a bit louder. Okay, that sounds fine. And then I think I want to add one voice in the middle. One voice in the middle as well, in between these two things. Because there's no melody, if I don't have... I feel like if I don't have too much going on, it's going to be pretty boring, especially because we started it off with like 4 bars of... or 32 bars, that's not 4 bars. But 32 bars of like nothing. I want this to be pretty active because there's not any melody yet. So as far as like middle voices, I usually go with strings, but since I'm already using strings for the high voice, like I'll usually have a string melody that's super high and then like staccato strings for a middle voice. But because the high strings are like marcato here, I don't want to use them for the middle voice as well. I sort of lost my mind there. I had a stroke. I apologize. And I don't want to use the piano yet, so let me get rid of that first. I also forgot that I was supposed to be organizing this. Stupid Date, you forgot. Wait, no, this should be the same color as that. I'm trying to keep, you know, these are all my electronics. This is going to be all of my strings on channel 4. This is what, marcato strings. And then this is just going to be the bass, some random color. Okay, anyways, for middle voices, what I'll often do if I'm not using strings is I'll use the koto. Sort of an obscure instrument, but I really like how it sounds. And I usually go into East West Goliath, ethnic pitch, and then I find the koto over here. Okay, here it is. So this is going to be percussion because the koto is considered a percussion instrument, I believe. I could be wrong. I actually pulled that out of my ass. I've never searched it up. I don't know why I thought that. Huh. Anyways. Okay, first of all, this is way too soft. So let me put some of Sound Goodizer on it, and then some reverb as well. I generally just try to put reverb on like all of my physical instruments. At least a small amount. Unless it's like super big booming percussion that's already super reverby. At which point it gets to be a bit too much. But for something like this, the koto, I definitely want to have some reverb on it. That almost sounds like it's a little too similar to the top voice. Let's see. Dun, dun. I don't know. Do I want to keep it on the same note? I'm not sure. I don't know, I'm pretty unsure about this part in general right now. Let's try that. That maybe sounds fine. And then I think before I add percussion, I want to add some electronic voice in the higher end as well. Just to give it a bit of like backing. I'm thinking this is another like plugin player that I have, M Sound Factory. This one's pretty uncommon, I believe. But as far as like electronic noises, electronic voices, I find this one to be pretty good as well. So I'm gonna use layers. Something like that. Let me also try putting it over here at the beginning. Make this a bit more exciting. Too loud. Maybe I'll have like a melody, like a semi-melody. I want this to be super soft. Done. And then maybe go down. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Wait, this is... What did I do? That's what I did. This should be 2 bars, not 3. There we go. There we go. That should be flipped. Yeah. And then I'm thinking I maybe want to just copy and paste this. But that's a bit boring. So maybe we make it a little more exciting with like... something like that, just like keep playing that. So this would be 1, 2, 3, and then I definitely want to have it play something. It would be weird to have it play something over here and then just disappear completely over here, so so let's see how that sounds. That doesn't sound bad, actually, but I want this to go up. that's it. That's the one. That is the one. Let me play this from the beginning. I think this is coming along pretty nicely. Yeah, I think that's enough as far as like voices. Now we just want percussion. And this shouldn't be like anything super big or boomy. This isn't like some big epic orchestral thing. This is a bit more low key. So I think I actually want like a drum set, or at least drum set-esque sounds. So let me pull out the toms. Generally for drum sets, this is like a bit weird, but like I don't like how old the sounds for any one drum kit sound. So I'll like pull the sounds from different sample libraries. Like for example, for the toms of any drum set, I'll pull out the black toms over here. Let's put that back on 6. Yeah. I actually don't want reverb on that, so I'm gonna put that on its own channel. But I'll still make it white because it's still percussion. Again, this isn't percussion. Kodo isn't percussion. I don't know why I'm saying that. Anyways. I'll probably just have like accents over there. So let me record this actually. This would be easier to record. Hi, I'm from Brazil. Hi, Caleb. Welcome. Well, not welcome from Brazil. I'm not in Brazil, but welcome to you from Brazil. Let me see. Something like that. This isn't going to be the only voice. I'm probably going to have like some metal thing with like cymbals. So keep that in mind. That's a bit too loud. Yeah, and then I want to have that do that. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to delete all of this, copy and paste this. And then for the second one, or this last bar, I'm going to have 16th notes. So a pretty constant rhythm going on here with the but just like the ending of these bars has a little something extra, so. I think that's fine. Again, remember, I'm going to be adding some cymbal parts on. Also, I need to normalize all of these velocities. I want them to sound the same. Yeah, that's fine. So for the cymbals, like I mentioned, I pull these sounds from different samples. Even though it's like technically it would be one drum set, but so for cymbals, I generally go with the sample right above it, Black Kid Basic. So I don't know, what do we want here? This is gonna be gold. You have a really nice timbre for your voice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Let me have... No, not that. I don't want any like big crashes here. I like the sound of that crash, so I want to use that one for sure. Maybe not for sure, but if possible. Let me try using that. This is pretty low-key. Make that a bit softer. Just like some accents on the first beat of every like half section. Not that. These should be on the beat before, not the half beat. And it's maybe a bit too loud right now. Okay, that's... Can't hear that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then I want something like faster on the hi-hat. So let's try just putting some random shit, I don't know. I probably want to have like 16th notes going on. You know what? Let me just, instead of recording this, because playing 16th notes with one finger at 185 BPM is pretty unrealistic. Oh, this wouldn't be 16th notes. It would just be 8th notes at 185, but whatever. Details, shmeetails. I've never said that in my life. I don't know why I just said that. So I'm gonna play the accents super high, and then I'm just gonna have like low notes in between all of them. Da, 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 da. This is gonna be like a pretty standard rhythm here. I don't know. That wasn't... That's better. When the high and low notes are a bit more, or the difference is a bit more pronounced, it sounds much better, I think. And then I like the sort of sizzle. Let's try this. The sizzle and then 2 16th instead. Whoa, what was that? Why does it it gets like cut off. I guess that makes sense because these would be played on the same cymbal in real life, so you can't have like 2 different sounds going simultaneously. But I don't care how it would be in real life. I want this to go for the full run, or like the full length. So, quick little cheat, workaround. What I'm gonna do is clone this sample, exact same sample. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these, and I'm gonna delete them from this one and put them on this one. I lied. That doesn't sound good either. If it gets cancelled by the next low note, what if I do this? Okay, that's so much better. So what I need to do is just have it like carry over and then cancel it with one of these. I mean, I just want this sizzle to last that one beat and then that's it. I don't want it to go any more. I don't want it to go any less, just the one beat. So let's copy this to the end of every half section like that, and then like that. I am going to make these a bit softer. And then what I'm gonna do is go to the toms and actually put a note there on each of these. And I can actually make that a bit louder. Like that. Yeah, I sort of like that. So I think that's it for this part. Oh wait, I said something about using that one symbol, huh? Maybe like that. Do I want to start off with the symbol or like the metal hit? I think I want to start off with the metal hit, and then I'll just use that symbol. I think it's called the China symbol, now that I think about it. I think it's called the China symbol. I'll use the China for this part over here. Okay. Now that that's done, what do I want to do next? So a bit lazy, but we're going to copy and paste this. And then we're going to throw another melody on top of it. Like, not another melody, but an actual melody. Is what I'm imagining, at least. This might be, like, super boring if I replay all of this again. But we'll see. I want to see how it sounds first. So, literally just everything copied and pasted. We don't have any channel automation yet, so we can just do this without thinking about anything. Did I get everything? Got that. Didn't get that. That's the one. Okay, and like I mentioned way earlier at the very beginning of the stream, I want the melody to be on piano. What is all of this? This is layers. Let's do some organization really quickly. Layers. This is... I'll call this drum set number 1. And then drum set number 2. Something like that. Alright, now the piano is on channel 3. So I'm gonna put this on this. What I'm gonna do is bring in this effects plugin that I have called Guitar Rig 6. Now all of these over here are like native to FL Studio, but whoops, this one over here is one I downloaded personally on my own. It's like a third-party one from Kontakt. And basically what it does is it applies like guitar amps to your sample. So just for reference, let me play the piano without it. Oh, that sounded sort of decent, actually, as far as like parts. Anyways, and then so it's a bit more condensed, but I find it sounds a bit more like far away, if that makes sense. But there's a certain, basically what it also does is it has like all of these different presets to apply like a bunch of different like mixes, varieties of amps to give like different sounds. So you can like choose one, and then it'll load in all of those amps, and then it'll do all of that. Really cool. I actually use this one quite a bit ever since I got it. But there's one in particular, there's one preset called Distance that I really like the sound of. But I turn off this because this like adds like distortion to the pitch. But Let me see how this sounds really quickly. I also like to turn down the actual amount of guitar rig, just because having it at max gets pretty, like, how to put it? It gets to be a bit much, basically. Suffice it to say. Random shit, but you can see how it sounds now. So let me, again, improvise some part and see if I can get something going here. I sort of liked what I played earlier, so, well. Okay, that is so soft. What the hell, man? Am I insane? This doesn't sound like what I thought it would sound like. There we go. I think. I like what I played just now, but the sample still sounds weird. Let me record that first. I want these to be the same. Let me see how that sounds on its own. First of all, that's rushed. What are you doing, Dante? You're out of time. Move that forward. It's like, maybe everything else is too loud. And then you need to make this louder, even though I already have like max sound goodizer on it. Yeah, I feel like everything else is too loud, actually. Here's what I'll do. I'll take all of this, decrease the volume of like everything else. Not that soft. Those are fine. This can be a bit softer. Layers are probably fine. The bass, I can make that a bit softer. The Kodo, I can definitely make that a bit softer. And then I can make these a bit softer as well. Toms, drum set 1. Drum set 2. I didn't even copy and paste that. I forgot. I missed that as well. Much better. I need this piano part to like really be pronounced and like easy to recognize, you know? I need it to ring out. So probably go up now because it went down before. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, and then we'll finally transition out of this whole constant part that we've been playing. So first, let me make sure that these are all the same volume. Generally with like low piano bass notes, I try to have them at the same volume. I think this just needs like one note in between. And then I'll move one of these over here. There we go. This felt a bit soft. Let me just increase the volume of all of those a little bit. Okay. And I'm thinking this is finally 50 seconds in. This is where we are going to actually start writing that main melody that I played way at the beginning of the stream. So let me also give this piano and give it its own color. That's white. We already used white and silver. That's whatever. Why not? Let me make sure this sounds okay from the beginning. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I just needed this piano part to really ring because I don't have like a cymbal or anything or any like riser or crash or gong or anything that signifies that it's coming in. It just comes in. So I needed to really ring out to signify that like this is a new section. Anyways, at least that's my philosophy for that part. So what was that melody that I played at the beginning? So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a riser here. Sound Factory for my riser, FX, noise rise maker. This is just my usual go-to as far as risers. I'll bring this down, and this is on 2 bars, I believe. So let's see how this sounds. This should be 4 bars. Should be 4 bars. Let's go over here. Go into the Sound Factory, this channel, or this sample. And because it's 4 bars, it should extend through 4 bars. Let's make this super loud. What just happened? I didn't play anything. That's what it's supposed to sound like. Right there, it didn't sound like anything. Hello? Am I insane? Am I going insane? Have I lost my mind? I don't hear anything. 1, 2. Maybe it's just too soft. That might be what it is. Let me try putting this on its own channel and just giving it like a healthy amount of this. What the heck? Am I insane? I feel like I barely heard it at the end. But like with this amount of sound goodizing and with this velocity, this should be like breaking my eardrums right now. Yeah, okay, for some reason it's just super soft. Let me even turn up the volume here. That's maybe a bit much. A drastic adjustment. There we go. Okay. So I think I want to play this on the piano. Let me just write this out first. Good lord. Loudy. Why is that so loud? It's because the previous note that I wrote was so loud. Actually, let me just record this. That'll be easier. It'll be faster. I fucked it up. What is wrong with me? I am so out of time. I think it's because I was playing it at like 200 BPM earlier, but then I brought it back down to 185, so I'm used to playing it at 200, so I was way rushing over there. Anyways, so let me bring these over here. So this should be an octave. I also didn't play the correct notes there. Yeah. This is embarrassing. Brother. Wow, that is actually embarrassing how out of time I am. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about Bruno. I said that just now, but I never watched Encanto. Anyways, move that back, move that back. God, I am having to fix everything here. This is the power of technology, ladies and gents. The power of fucking technology. Woo! Alright. It makes me want to cry hearing that. Okay. So that's all there. Now let me change it into an octave. And then I'll make this go back. I missed one note. What? That's what it is. When I have overlapping notes like this because of the octave stuff, the notes get like clipped off, so I just have to make sure to catch those. I want to increase the guitar rig. I want to make it a bit more distortion-y. That makes sense going into that, so. Yeah, you can automate like more than just volumes. You can also automate like the amount of the mix level of like plugins, that sort of thing. So that's what I did there. Now let's bring in like a violin. A solo violin. Where's my strings? Where's my strings? Marcato. Okay, here we go. Violin. Solo violin right there. If you've heard any of my covers, I use this particular sample like all the time. I just played some random shit there. I want to make a bit more of a clear counter melody though. So let's see. You know, maybe I'm thinking maybe the piano is more suited to playing the counter melody, actually. So I'm thinking I want to actually take this melody and move it over to the solo violin. That makes sense. So, goodbye to all of you. That is 5 minutes of work down the drain. Boo-hoo. Here it is. The reason why I didn't copy and paste it is because the piano was my recording, so it had a bunch of notes carried over and stuff. Just fixing that would have taken longer than rewriting it from scratch. I think last time I had this as like a dotted quarter, but I'm gonna change it to. Actually, no, I lied. I like the dotted quarter. There we go. And then I think I also want to add like a drop thing to complement the riser. So let me put that over here. Like that. These are all just like the natural sounds that are built into FL Studio, by the way. That are like native to it. Actually, maybe I clone this and make it go down instead. Over 2 bars. Or how does that sound? I've never used the... Let me test this. Jesus Christ, that sounded bad. God, that was an accident. I apologize. Did not like bringing the comb back. Filter. It sounds disconnected. It sounds disconnected. Am I insane? It sounds disconnected, doesn't it? Maybe if I bring it to 2 bars. That sounds better. That sounds a lot better. But now it's a bit too high. Alright, whatever. I'm spending too long on this. I can probably figure this out some other time. I shouldn't spend so long just trying to figure that one thing out. Anyways, now let's try to get the counter melody with the piano. Before that, though, I will be right back because it is super hot and I'm sweating. And I need to wash my face. Okay, we are back. Face is washed. Throat is hydrated. Feeling is still ass because it's so hot, but we'll get through it. Anyways, what was I doing? Okay, so I think rather than this being like a pure counter melody where every note is different, I want the beginning to be the same, but then we'll like have the endings be different, if that makes sense. This should be 2 dotted quarter notes, shouldn't it? Let's do that. And then let's copy this part. This is on that, so I can do... how does that go? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let's octave this. Let's see how this sounds. Okay. What in the world? There we go. That, I think, sounds fine. See, the problem here is that for some reason it, is that where this change happens? Like guitar riff. It is. Okay. Get rid of this then. That's a decent counter melody. Now let's bring the layers in. No, that doesn't make too much sense, does it? Maybe it sounds okay. Yeah, that sounds okay on the lower octave. So let's put that in. Make sure that's all right. That should go there, that should go there. Make sure this is all in time. It's okay if there's like small 16th note things that are off. As long as all the notes are starting on time. That's alright, alright, that's okay. And then... Is there anything else I want to add here? Maybe I also bring in, like, how do the synth strings sound on the higher end? Nah. Here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do. I'll just bring in like a normal worm pad. This is like the most basic of synths. Transcendental voices, actually. This is like the most basic of synths. I should not have cloned Crimson King because that is already made to be super soft in channel automation, channel volume. Bring that back up to normal. I want this high synth to not be super noticeable. It's just there, but only if you're really looking for it. Let's do something like that. But the more I hear this, the more I think it doesn't need to be there. If I'm being completely honest with you. The more I hear this, the more I think it's like complete as it is. And then I just add this like onto the next part. I am going to really quickly listen to this from the beginning and see what I think. You know, what if I... And then I take this violin part, put it onto the solo cello. Put it on over here. copy and paste all of this. I'm thinking maybe I also have the piano go from the counter melody to the main melody, and then I have the solo violin go from the main melody to the counter melody, question mark? Maybe, possibly? Hello, what are you doing? Go down. This sounds really jank. What is going on? I don't know. I feel like this sample doesn't usually sound so disjointed. I'm just playing it fast. But it doesn't sound good. So unfortunately, this is gonna have to go. Maybe I'll try like a flute. Where is my woodwinds? Maybe it's in play. Yeah, I think it's in play. Oh yeah, that's what it was. For some reason, this is the original sample player that East West Composer Cloud used, but they moved to Opus. For some reason, some of the samples only show up in one, some of them only show up in the other, so this is just one of those. Flute. I usually go, not this one. Not this one. No vibrato. Yeah, let's put that on its own. I believe 8 is already being used by those risers, so let's put that on 9. And these all have like the same things applied to them compared to other things, but it's just a matter of like principle, keeping your different groups of instruments on their own things in case you want to add any unique plugins in the future. So let me take that part that I just had and put it on the flute and see how this sounds. And then I take this part has 2 voices. I want to move on to have 3 voices. So you play this. I lied. Alright. Where is... Yeah, so I'll probably have the solo cello play a counter melody, but it just won't have those 16th notes over there because those are like really screwing with it. That being said, what I think is going to spice this up is adding percussion on the second section. Maybe I just get like actual percussion or like actual drum sets. I really hate how the drum set sounds. I'm gonna be honest, I'm feeling a little lost here as for how I'm gonna go next. How I'm gonna continue. For now, let's bring over everything that I know is going to carry over, which is just the layers. Let's do that. Let's put a riser. And then maybe let's get like a crash cymbal. Crash cymbal and a gong. Crash cymbal is going to be over here. Cymbal pairs 22. That's sort of my go-to for that. And then as far as gongs, percussion, cymbal, gong, all gongs. This is over what I'm looking for. That goes there. Okay. You know what? Maybe instead of a drum set over here, we just go into like standard orchestral percussion. I think that's the play. Let me rename all of those. Move all of that. So as far as like standard percussion or like orchestral percussion, damage is generally where we look at. So let's add plastics. Then on 7. And then let's add Armageddon. Something like that, and then we'll have like stuff in between, obviously. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm sort of losing my train of thought here. Compared to before, I was pretty focused, but right now I'm sort of... I don't know what I want to do here. Do this. I sort of have an idea of how I want to go after this, like what I want the next part to be. But it's just a matter of getting there, right? Oh, that doesn't sound good either. I think what I might have to do is honestly just stop here and like take a break. Let me listen to this one more time and see if I can come up with something. Hmm. Yeah, honestly, I think I might just stop here because I can't really come up with anything. What I'm gonna do, I mean, because I'm probably gonna have to like spend a while on this, and I might just end up skipping this part and then coming back to it later. I mean, writer's block, it happens. But I don't want to like spend the entire stream. I mean, I don't want to spend like next 30 minutes just on this part demoing random shit and then getting rid of it and then demoing more stuff and then getting rid of it and then doing that over and over and over again. But that's probably what it's gonna have to be. So I will probably just end the stream here and then finish this part off stream and then pick this back up from the next section whenever we start again, which ideally would be tomorrow at the same time. But unfortunately, I'm doing something tomorrow, so I'm going to be busy at this time. I might end up streaming at night, but most likely what's going to happen is I'll just be streaming at the same time on the same day next week as well. So next Saturday at 4 p.m. PST. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here because I am definitely suffering from a block for this part. Happens. But yeah, I apologize. How long was the stream so far? 1 hour and 50. We round up to be like 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna end here. So I apologize that the ending is so abrupt, but you know, I will definitely work on this off stream. I mean, I'm pretty sure next week I'm just gonna make another cover during like the weekdays. And then we'll go back to this over the weekend. That's probably what's gonna be my schedule going forward, is I'll make, don't worry about it. Oh, thank you. Going forward, I'll make like one cover during the beginning of the week, like the first half, and then over the weekend I'll stream making something original. And then ideally going forward, I do want to stream at the same time every week. On Sunday as well, but just because tomorrow, like I mentioned, I'm doing something. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me, guys. So again, there's like 5 people here right now. I didn't expect anyone to show up at all. So I really appreciate you guys coming out. Um, hopefully you had a decent enough time. I apologize that the last half was pretty ass as far as progress. The beginning was pretty decent, so it was good until it wasn't. But yeah, that's gonna be all from Date this time. By the way, I don't think I mentioned that before, but I've been getting like a lot of, like emails mentioning like, hey, can you commission this, or like, can I commission this, or like YouTube comments saying, hey, Kikuin. But no, it's actually Date. It's Kikuin Date, but it's like Japanese, so the first name is Date. So yes, not Kikuin, just Date. um but yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. So I will see you next time, hopefully.